Go on to the next slide. So the elements in the modern periodic table are broadly classified into four groups: inert gases, or what we call the noble gases elements, the normal elements, the transition elements, and the inner transition elements. So let's see what are noble gases or inert gas elements. Elements whose atoms have all their shells, I mean the orbits, completely filled are called inert gas elements. And where are they placed? They are placed in the zero group or group 18 of the modern periodic table. So, or some people also call it group 8A. So you can call it zero group, group 18, or group 8A. Next, we come on to the normal elements. Who are the normal elements? Elements whose atoms have only their outermost shell incompletely filled are called normal elements. So only the outermost shell is incompletely filled. All the remaining shells, okay, are completely filled. Only the outermost shell is incompletely filled. Okay, so mind you, only outermost shell. And where are they found? They are placed in groups 1 and 2 and groups 13 to 17 of the modern periodic table. Next, we go on to the transition elements. So what are transition elements? Elements whose atoms have their last two shells, okay? The last two shells are two outermost shells, okay? The ultimate and the penultimate shell incompletely filled are called transition elements, okay? So the last two shells are incompletely filled, so they are the ones whom we call as transition elements. And where are they placed? They are placed in groups 3 to 12, that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12 groups of the modern periodic table. And finally, we come on to the inner transition elements. So who are the inner transition elements? Elements whose atoms have their last three shells, okay? The last three shells incompletely filled are called inner transition elements. Okay, so last three shells. In transition, last two shells. Here it is last three shells. So I've underlined that clearly. Incompletely filled are called inner transition elements. And where are they placed? As we all know, they are placed in two separate rows at the bottom of the periodic table. Okay, the last two rows, if you remember, if you remember page, that modern periodic table which is given in your books. So if you remove page number, if you open your books, I hope your books are there with you. So if you don't have, kindly pause the video and bring your books. And if you open to page number 23, if you see the last two shells, okay, last two rows, the last two rows you can see, they are called inner transition elements. Can you see it is written F block? It is given in slightly light brown color on page number 23, the modern periodic table, the last two rows, okay. No, what do we call those elements? We also call them lanthanides and actinides, okay. So all the lanthanides and actinides, they are all, including lanthanum and actinium, are called inner transition elements. I hope this is all clear. So when you're studying for the exam, I will advise you to study in this manner. Well, you study all four of them together. So if they ask you distinguish between inert gas and normal elements, or normal and inner transition, or transition inner transition, whatever they ask you, they may ask you distinguish between any two of these things. This is a very this question, type of question always comes: distinguish inert gas and transition, or normal and inner transition, or inert gas and normal elements. So you can, this is the best way of studying. So you have a overall holistic picture, or a panoramic picture of the whole thing of all the four elements, and you can distinguish them. Okay, there may be other point, but these 2 points which I have written on your screen for each of them are common to all four. Okay, so I hope this is clear. So we move on to the next screen, next thing. Now, the elements in the modern periodic table can also be classified on the basis of their electronic configuration into four blocks, four major blocks. Okay, I'm not talking about groups, I'm talking about blocks. So when I say a block, it can have one, two, three. Okay, it may have two or more than two groups. Okay, so blocks, they are blocks. So you can so on the basis of their electronic configuration, the elements can also be classified into S block elements, P block elements, D block elements, and F block elements. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. So that what we learned in the previous thing, in the previous screen, that was also one way of classifying. Okay, where you can classify into as inert gas elements, normal elements, transition elements, and inner transition elements. Okay, this is one way, and the other way is S block, P block, D block, and F block element. No, okay, clear? Just like we learned in classification of the chemical reaction equations, we saw how chemical reactions can be classified in various ways. No, we can classify them as combination, decomposition, displacement, double displacement. Also the same chemical, we can classify them as endothermic, exothermic, or we can classify them as what you had, this oxidation, reduction, and redox. So there are various ways of classifying. This is one way of classifying elements. Okay, but how is this on the basis of the electronic configuration, mind you? Okay, electronic configuration. So let's talk about S block elements. So what are S block elements? They are the elements which are placed in groups 1 and 2 of the modern periodic table, and these elements have their outermost shell incomplete. Okay, so they either have one or two valence electron. Means what is the valence electron? In other words, they have one or two electrons in their outermost orbit or outermost shell. All these elements are metals except for hydrogen. Remember, hydrogen is there in the group 1, no, on the top of lithium, if you can see on page 23. So except hydrogen, which is a non-metal, all the others are metals, and they are all these S block elements are normal elements. Okay. Now we move on to P block elements. So what are P block elements? They are the elements which are placed in groups 13 to 18 of the modern periodic table. So groups 13 till 18. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. These have their outermost shell incomplete. Okay, again the same story. They also have their outermost shell incomplete, just like the S block elements, but they have 3 to 8 valence electrons. Okay, so starting from 3 to 8, so they may have 3 valence electrons, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. Okay, so now the only exception here I have written is except the 18th group. Why 18th group? Because 18th group, if you remember, 18th group elements are the noble gas elements, and they have their outermost shell complete. Okay, so all P block elements, they have the outermost shell incomplete except for the 18th group, which also is a part of the P block. All these elements are metals, non-metals, and metal. They are like a mixture. So all three types included, and they are all normal elements except the 18th or the 0 group elements, or what you call group 8A. Fine till here. So we move on to the D block elements. So they are placed in groups 3 to 12 of the modern periodic table. So groups 3 to 12. That means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 of the modern periodic table. These elements have two outermost shells incomplete. Okay, so they have two outer. So does it ring a bell with you? Two outermost shells incomplete. Do you remember? Does it hit what we have learned? Who are the so all these elements are metals, and they are transition elements. Remember transition element we learned in the previous slide, that who are the transition elements? They had the two outermost shells incomplete. So all these transition elements, they are metals. And next we go on to the F block elements. They are placed in two separate rows at the bottom of the periodic table. Okay, two separate rows. Remember the lanthanides, actinides, and all at the two separate rows. These elements have three outermost shells incomplete. So again, three outermost shell मतलब समझ जाने का what type of elements will be three outermost we saw in a previous slide. Inner transition elements. And again, all these elements are, all of them are metals, and they are inner transition element. As I just mentioned, they are inner transition elements. So in the exam, again, if they ask you distinguish between S block and P block, or P block and F block, any two of these. So this is the one way, one nice way of studying all four at the same time. So if you remember this whole table, you will be able to write the distinguish between, or you can write the properties of any of these block elements. Okay, whether it's S block or P block. A very easy way of remembering. So remember, to learn this distinguish between these elements in this way, you learn it very easily. It's very, again, we have like a panoramic view, like a whole holistic picture of the whole thing. Okay, so I hope this is clear about the modern periodic table. So the modern periodic table, we have elements which are classified in two ways. We classify them as normal inert gas elements, transition elements, and inner transition elements. That is one way of doing. What is the other way of classifying? S block, P block, D block, and F block. So now we move on to the next thing.